Hello, it's Lauren here from You Are Nourished, and today I am talking to you about meal prep and specifically why you don't have time not to meal prep. Bear with me on that one. So listen, we are all juggling lots and lots of things right now. You know, the struggle is real, especially for us working mums. We are working from home, we are trying to parent and school our children. They are asking for meals day in, day out, and we are constantly trying to think about healthy meals to put on the table because we want to eat healthily to feel good. But sometimes the lack of inspiration is just too much, and the overwhelm, having to think about different meals day after day after day after day, is just too much. And it's really adding to our mental load. And this is a huge problem for us right now, particularly over the last, I can't believe I'm saying this, but nearly a year of the pandemic and lockdown. There's so much to think about, and talking to people within my communities, it is that kind of that mental load whereby I've just got too much to think about. And quite often food is just another thing that's stressing you out. You know, the food shopping has to happen every week, right? You've got to eat, you've got to put meals on the table, and it's just one more thing when that week comes around, the fridge is empty, and it's like, oh my God, I've got to do another food shop. What am I going to buy? Well, I'm just going to go into my online supermarket. I'm just going to put all my favorites in, and we're going to have the same thing we had last week and the week before and the week before, and probably the week before that as well. And it's just monotonous, it's boring, and it is quite stressful because you want to do a better job. And we're so hard on ourselves about not doing a better job at all the things, but it's just another thing to think about. And so where meal prep can come in is that it can remove that for you. It can remove that frustration and that overwhelm and that mental load, whereby we're constantly having to think of different meals to put on the table, healthy meals to make us feel good. But also, I think a lot of us are kind of not eating proper meals and maybe relying on takeaways, ready meals. You know, we haven't sat in a restaurant for months. And so sometimes it's quite nice for someone else to do the cooking. Or maybe we're ordering, like an online delivery box that you get the meals sent to you every week. And the cost of that can mount up as well. But I get it. You don't want to be chained to the kitchen sink the whole time. You don't want to be necessarily cooking meals, different meals day after day, and it just gets too much. And so where meal prep can come in is that it can reduce all that overwhelm for you and help you feel calmer. And I really think that's something that we could all do with right now. We're all very stressed. We are in fight or flight all the time, and we don't need food and meal times to add to that stress and add to that overwhelm. But I think sometimes with meal prep, a lot of people think, well, I just don't really know where to start. It feels like another thing to do. It feels like another thing on my to-do list. I don't have 3 hours to spend in the kitchen on a Sunday, creating millions of meals and putting them all into Tupperwares. And it feels overwhelming in itself. And so, meal prep can actually be really simple. It can be as simple as chopping up a few carrots and putting them in a little bag so that you've got some carrot sticks to dip into hummus for a snack. It can literally be that simple. You've prepped something, or even making up a batch of homemade muesli or a batch of homemade granola, which really doesn't take very much time at all. And if you go to my website, you'll find recipes for those as well. And then again, you've got breakfast, and that's going to save you from reaching for more convenience foods. Listen, there's nothing wrong with a bit of convenience, but more often than not, convenience foods are not the healthiest for us. They're not going to make us feel amazing. They're loaded with sugar and processed and refined carbohydrates. They're going to make our blood sugar, roller coaster and contribute to our cravings. And this kind of skipping meals and not eating proper meals or relying on sugar fixes is actually exacerbating the problem. It's making us feel more stressed. It's making us crave more sugar. Coincidentally, like eating more sugar makes you crave more sugar. And it's just this kind of roller coaster and vicious cycle of eating more rubbish that's making you crave more rubbish. And then you're just kind of like, well, I'm just, can't even cope with this right now. So, meal prep can be super simple. Like I said, it can be for, chopping up a few carrots and putting them into a bag, to a full-on, batch cooking 8 different meals and sticking them all in the freezer. And what I want to do is I want to show you that it can be really easy. You don't need to spend hours in the kitchen. And so my workshop, and the first live workshop, is this coming Friday, 7 meals in an hour. I'm going to be right here in my kitchen, and you're going to see my whole kitchen, and I'm going to show you exactly how to prepare 7 different meals in 1 hour. And I practiced it, and they all fit into the hour, which order to cook them in, and you can follow along. And the great thing is that, yes, at the end of this session, you're going to have 7 different meals. Some of them are 4 servings, so you've got leftovers, you can pop them in the freezer for another day. But you've got lunches, you've got breakfast, you've got a couple of dinners, and that feeling of opening the fridge and knowing what you've got to eat is just so liberating and so relieving, that suddenly you're like, oh my God, this feels so good. I want to carry on doing this. But the brilliant thing also is that not only are you going to come away with 7 whole meals completely prepped, is that you're going to get some inspiration back, and you're going to find a bit more love and joy for food again. Because I think a lot of us have just lost the love and lost the joy for food, because we've spent so many months in our kitchen, having to put meal after meal on the table, and it's just got very boring and very monotonous. So I'm going to give you some inspiration back, and some meals you may not have thought about, some meals you may not have tried before, but also show you some really simple hacks to make it quick. Because I know we don't want to spend hours in the kitchen. We're stretched for time, right? So we don't want to spend hours here. You want to get a meal on the table in 20 minutes. And I'm going to show you that as well. So a lot of the meals are actually, done and dusted in 20 minutes and on the table, which you can repeat over and over again and adapt them with different vegetables, different proteins, but use the same kind of formula, and you can just repeat them time and time again. So that's what's happening. Head to the link just below this video, www.youarenourished.com/workshop, and that will take you to the sign up page where you can grab a spot for the live workshop. Now, I'm doing the workshop twice, same workshop repeated twice, one on Friday, one on Sunday, so that you can choose. If Friday's not good for you, you can do it on Sunday. You're welcome to come to both of them. So if you want to watch the Friday workshop and then maybe get your ingredients on Saturday and cook with me on Sunday, then you can totally do that. No kind of extra charge for that. The workshop's $9.99, and with that you get an ebook with all the recipes, a full step-by-step prep guide, shopping list, and obviously the live workshop content as well, which is for you to keep. So once we have done the live workshops, we're going to be uploading a recording into a private online portal, which you'll be added to, and you'll have access to that workshop to watch time and time again. And if we add any upgrades to it, if we add any bonuses, which we will be doing, you'll get access to all of those forevermore, and you can watch it as many times and take part as many times as you want. Yes, Joe, it does sound good. I'm very, very excited. I'm glad you're going to be there as well. So if this sounds good to you, if you want to feel calmer, reduce the mental load, get some more inspiration in the kitchen, learn how to create some really super simple dishes that are well tasty and are going to help also to balance your blood sugar, so that you haven't got the all-day cravings and the all-day grazing and the all-day snacking that you've got when you're not really eating proper meals because you're kind of just, you're over it, then that's what that is going to help you to do as well. So we've got some gorgeous meals. We've got a it's not a granola, it's a muffins. We've got some muffins, we've got overnight oats, we've got chocolate chia pot, an amazing frittata, a soup, and a couple of main dishes, a chili and a curry. Vegetarian options for everything. The only dish that doesn't have a vegan option is the frittata, because obviously that's eggs, but you can remove the cheese if you don't want the dairy on it. Everything's gluten-free, everything's cooked from scratch. It's all just healthy, wholesome ingredients. And also what you'll find when you sign up and you get the shopping list is that it's a lot of store cupboard ingredients. So you might find you've got a lot of the ingredients already, especially the spices, and freezer stuff as well. So you're going to get some ideas on how to use store cupboard ingredients and freezer ingredients as well to put together a really quick and tasty meal, so that if you haven't got anything in the fridge but you're well stocked up in your freezer and your store cupboard, you know you can get a good a good meal on the table. And that's what we want after all, a good quick meal on the table and a little bit of inspiration, and for it to be healthy as well, and to reduce our stress levels, which we are all right now. Yes, Connie, I totally hear you. You need to kick out bad habits of sugary snacks. And I think that's the problem at the moment, is just we're really stressed, which is increasing our sugar cravings. And the more we're reaching for sugar, the more that's increasing our sugar cravings. And you just end up in this spiral. So it's a really good reset. Cook all these 7 meals. You're going to have a few meals, for a few days, and you can repeat it and have the meals again. I've been eating these meals for weeks now. I'm a little bit tired of them, I'm not going to lie, but we're going to have them all again next week because they're super tasty, and it's just going to kind of reignite you a little bit and get you out of these bad habits and teach you some new things that you can repeat over and over again and get into meal prep so that you can save time when you are busy. And that's why you don't have time not to meal prep, because once you've done this, you're going to free yourself up to do whatever you want to do with all the extra time, to relax, spend more time with your kids, do the work you need to do, get the washing machine on, whatever needs doing. But I really want you to think about what you can do for yourself. A little bit of self-care, I think, is something that we all need right now. So think about the extra time you're going to save during the week and how you can do that to reduce your stress levels and give yourself a little bit of love. All right, so link right below this video, sign up. It's not too late. So if you think, oh, but I haven't done my food shopping, or I've already got an online shop coming on Friday or on Saturday, I'm not going to be able to join in. Don't worry about that. Like I said, you're going to get the replay, you're going to get the recording, so you can watch it and you can do it next week. It's yours to keep. So there's no worry about it being live. It's not going away. It's going to be available, going forward. So get yourself signed up. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be right here in my kitchen. It's going to be busy, but it's going to be fun. So come and see me, make these meals and give yourself the joy of meal prep and what it feels like actually to open your fridge and go, oh, look, my lunch, it's right there. Don't even need to think about it. And I've got to tell you, in my membership in Nourish 365, this is the game changer. For so many members, it's like, weekends, going to spend an hour or two doing a bit of meal prep, and it's just going to reduce that stress during the week. So I've got loads more coming for you, and I cannot wait to see you on the workshop. 7 meals in an hour coming this Friday. I will see you there, and have a great day. Take care. Bye.